What I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind. What's up, everyone? I'm Matty Betts. This is my YouTube channel. I appreciate you for tuning into this video, whether you follow me on other channels or you just saw this video on YouTube and you thought to yourself, hey, this looks interesting. I'll click on it and take a look. I'm not going to waste any of your time today. I'm not here to sell you on anything. This is not an ad. I'm just here to tell you that I've been betting sports my entire life. I've been through extreme highs, extreme lows. I've pretty much bet on every sport, every type of bet, everything you can imagine. And this right here is single-handedly the biggest game changer I've ever come across. This is betopenly.com. It's peer-to-peer sports betting. And before you jump off this video and say, oh, this isn't something that interests me, I think you should be open-minded to this, and here's why. If you look at what's happening in the world, Uber takes over against taxis, Airbnb takes over against hotels. Peer-to-peer is the future of every industry right now, including sports betting. And right now, this site is a 1% juice. What does that mean exactly? That means on this site, when you bet $100, you're paying a $1 fee, whereas on a sports book, when you bet $100, you're paying a $10 fee. If you only understood how much that adds up, it is insane over the course of a degenerate gambler's lifetime. It is so much money, it'll make you sick. But more importantly, and what I really want to show you on today's site or on today's video on Bet Openly, is you can host parlays on here. So what does that mean exactly? I'm going to show you. This live feed button right here, you click a sport, and I'm going to filter it to parlay. And now, essentially, what I'm doing is I'm becoming the house. So I know if you're watching this as a sports bettor, you're constantly betting in parlays. Maybe you do Prize Picks or FanDuel or DraftKings, and you bet 3-teamers, 4-teamers, up to 10-teamers, whatever it is, right? You can now be on the opposite end of this, and you can physically go on here on Bet Openly where there are 2-team parlays or 3-team parlays, and you can host it. So what does that mean exactly? This bettor right here, because this is peer-to-peer, he bet $10 to win 65, which means if I'm hosting it, I would have to bet 65 to take his $10. For him to win, he needs all 3 of these games to go in his favor. For me to win, I only need one of these 3. So if this game goes under, the Bucks game goes under, I would win. Or if the Titans cover +1, or if the Browns cover +3. If any of those 3 incidents happen, I win his bet, right? So I'm just going to take his money here. He would have to go 3 for 3 to take my $65. I'm going to host his parlay. Boom. I just accepted it for $65, right? By the way, right here, Bet Openly users have saved $3 million collectively so far, just as an FYI. But look, I'm going to show you some juicier parlays here. These are all 2-teamers. The cool thing about this site is you can filter it. If I can say, hey, I want to do $100 bets or higher, and now we can take a look at it. This right here, this bettor bet 167 to win 35. You know what's really cool about this is today, let's say as a bettor, I like the Jaguars, and I see that the Jaguars is being offered to me in a parlay I'm hosting. It's like music to my ears because even if the Jaguars don't win, I can still win the parlay, but I still feel like I'm getting action on the team that I want, and I'm getting way better mathematical odds by hosting a parlay. So again, here's another parlay. I'm going to host that and take that dude's money too. Let's take a look at this one. There's a 3-teamer, 200 to win $20. He is the Bears +7. I'm on the Jets today, so I'm not going to touch this one. The Seahawks money line, I could go with this parlay, but I'm probably not going to touch it, so I'm just going to minimize it, right? Here's another 3-team parlay. The Jets -7. Now that this is a 3-team parlay, so that means somebody's offering this. So if I took this, I would be the guy taking or betting the parlay. So I'm going to minimize it. I don't want to bet parlays on here. I want to take people's money that are betting parlays. Here's a 2-team parlay. Again, this is a to parlay. So I'm going to check off the 100+, and now we're going to see smaller bets again. So Bengals money line, Ravens money line. I have the Jags plus the points today, so I'm going to minimize that one. I don't want to take it, right? Bengals at Titans, that's the place the two team. Anything that says place two team parlay, I'm just going to minimize it. But I'm going to look at the host the two team parlays, right? Texans at Dolphins under 47, Seahawks -4. So he has a 25% chance of hitting this, right? Two coin tosses. I could take this. I'll host it, right? Why not? So I host that parlay there, and then I keep scrolling, and I look at the next one. This parlay here, host two team parlay, $14 to win 19. I'm going to pass on this one because I would need a plus 736 dog and the Browns money line. I'm going to skip that one, right? And I'm going to minimize it. And then I keep scrolling. Here's a three team parlay I can host: Jags money line, Bears money line, 49ers -9. I'm going to host this one. I feel like the squarest thing that sports bettors do is they take multiple favorites on the money line and parlays. And more times than not, it loses. So I'm going to host that one too. I'm going to skip this one. So I'm just going to minimize it. But I think you guys are starting to get the point here. Let's take a look at this last one because this is a little bit bigger size here, right? Jags +2.5. So they bought points here. And then Falcons +2.5 and Browns +2.5. So this is a custom made one that requires a little bit more thinking because these aren't the exact point spreads. But again, if it's sketchy to you, you just minimize it and don't do it. So that pretty much shows you guys the parlays. Now let me show you what I think is the best part about this site. So won't leave yet. This is really important stuff. We're gonna go back to the live feed. We're gonna take parlay off, right? Now we're gonna go money line and spread and total, right? So here's the cool thing on the live feed. If there are certain bets, like for example, I'm gonna pull up my Twitter now. And I'm gonna show you what my personal card is today, right? So here's my card: Jets over Eagles, right? I have 4 picks for today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see if any of those picks are available on the feed, right? So I'm going to type in Jets. And look, there's the Jets. So I can get it at +105. It's for $10. I'm going to take this guy, right? Then I'm going to see, let's see what's next on there. Over 42. Let's take a look on that. What game was that again? The Browns, or that was the Rams Chiefs, right? So I'm going to filter it by total. And I'm going to just put Chiefs there and see what comes up. Nothing comes up once I spot it wrong. There it is. Look, over 47 at +182. That's crazy. What's the actual spread? Over 42. So if I'm like, hey, at +182, I'll give that a swirl, right? I need like a 20 type of game or more. So I take that. And then we have over 42.5. So here's the number at -105. I have that on my card, so I'm going to swoop that up. Let's see. Boom. Taking it, right? So this is just showing you guys the live feed, how you can, whatever picks you like, you're getting it at way better value than any sports book on the planet, literally. So let's take a look at the Eagles. So first of all, I'm going to refilter this now. Money line spread. Type in Eagles. Boom. Eagles money line's available on here. Eagles -6.5. Just look at that. Eagles -6.5 at even money, guys. 62 to win 60. That bet would be oh, you lost me for a second. That bet would be about 70 to win 60, 60 and change on a sports book. Eagles, look, Eagles -7 at +115. I'm definitely taking that. The point I'm trying to show you guys is that this is a marketplace and there's so much value and opportunity, and it's simply because of the fact that it's peer-to-peer betting. When you remove the sports book, you're removing the middleman, and you're getting so much more value and saving, winning more, losing less. It's unbelievable. So now I'm going to show you guys how to create a bet, and this is super cool. So now everything you've already saw is a live feed of people that have create bets. What I'm about to do now. So if I create a bet here, let's say for example, I want to take the New York Jets, right? at -7. I get it at plus 105. Is that crazy? If I put 500 to win 525, and I'm going to submit that bet. Now, here's the cool thing. If I now know I'm getting better value on here, I'm waiting for this bet to get fulfilled. If I realize that, hey, my bet still hasn't been fulfilled, because that's the one downside to a peer-to-peer betting, is there's a chance you could get no action. You bet the bet, but someone on the other side doesn't take it. It's kind of like if you ordered an Uber and the Uber driver isn't available, right? You don't have a ride then. So what I do is I wait 5 minutes before kickoff. If that bet doesn't get fulfilled, I cancel the bet, which you can do at any time. I'll show you right here. This bet's open. This is my bet, and I can literally just cancel it at any time, right? And then I just put it in with a sports book. So why on earth would you as a bettor not use a tool like this when you have zero downside? You're either A, getting better odds, or B, you just have the slight inconvenience of taking 2 minutes of your time, canceling your bet, and putting it in on a sports book 5 minutes before the game. It's truly a no-brainer. And finally, this is very, very cool stuff. There's NFL contests, which I'm going to show you from the live feed, right? We go back to the live feed, and I'm going to filter NFL today by contest. So look at this. This is a $400 tournament, up to 10 players, 3 people are already in. So I'm going to join, right, for $400. I'm going to take the Jets -7. I'll take the Panthers +1. I'll take my Birds -6.5, and then I need 2 more. I'm going to go with, I'll ride the Titans at +0.5 point. And for the final one, wow, the Niners are up to -9. Finally here, I will ride, this 5th pick is pretty tough, but we're going to go Jacksonville, right? So when I join, I just joined, right? Now look at this. When I go back into my pending bets, it's right here at the bottom. Contest picks, see? These are my 5 teams. There's now 4 people in here. 4 people times 400 is 1,600. The winner of this tournament, as of right now, would get 1,600 minus the 1%. The cool thing is, right, if you do 5, usually when people do a 5-team parlay, if they go 4-1, they lose everything. But if I go 4-1 in this contest, and the other 3 people go 3-2 or worse, I now win this parlay or this contest, right? Which is amazing, because you know as a bettor how many times you miss a parlay by 1 leg. I can now do this as a contest style, peer to peer against other people. If I win all 5, I'm going to win the tournament. But even if I go 4-1, I could still win. Even if I go 3-2, there's a possibility I could still win. So it's why I really, really like this. I think that really sums up everything. There's also live betting. So you can live bet on any games that are active. I can't do that right now since the games haven't started. But basically the way a live bet works is you put it in and it stays on that live feed here for 90 seconds until someone takes it. If no one takes it, it gets canceled, and you can always put it in again until someone takes it. So it's another really, really cool tool. But this site is changing the game. I highly recommend that you do this. I don't get paid a penny for you to sign up. I'm just telling you, as a bettor, you need to be on here and use it as one tool. I'm not saying stop betting on sports books. I'm not saying don't have fun with other platforms. I'm saying this has to be taken seriously, and you have to use it as one tool in your toolbox, right? I just think it's an unbelievable opportunity for any sports bettor out there. You guys can let me know in the comments on this video if you have any questions. I will answer them one by one. And I hope that you guys have a good rest of the year with your bets.